Hey, it's Josie with Affirmation Pod. Welcome to new listeners. Welcome back to returning listeners. Right off the top here, I want to thank Lexi, Toya, Tanya, Ronald, Tiffany, and Sip Talk in Mississippi for taking the time after last week's episode, which was Affirmations because Black Lives Matter, to write to me. Thank you so much. I also want to remind you that if you have any episode requests for Affirmation Pod, and I know many of you love the 30 I am affirmations in 30 minutes. I'm looking into maybe doing a 20 in 20 minutes or 60 in 60 minutes, but some of you may have other ideas. So you can write to me at any time. Let me know. You can go to affirmationpod.com/contact. That's affirmationpod.com/contact. Today, I also want to honor the memory of Tony McDade. He is a Black trans man who was shot and killed by a police officer in Tallahassee, Florida. This happened on May 27th, 2020, 2 days after the murder of George Floyd. A new listener, Charlie, requested he be added to the list I had in the show notes from last week's episode, so I've added his name. This episode is Anti-Racism Affirmations. Now, I am so grateful I can bring this episode to you, and you can listen wherever you are, whenever you need it, but it's not free for me to create. So I thank Skillshare for helping bring this episode to you today. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative people, for curious people, for people who are into personal development. There's classes on all kinds of topics: productivity, entrepreneurship, film and video, graphic design, photography, web development, marketing. The list goes on and on. But I keep highlighting classes on journaling, classes on self-discovery. And today I want to highlight Yasmin Cheyenne's class, Writing for Self-Discovery, 6 Journaling Prompts for Gratitude and Growth. Yasmin's also a Black woman with a very clear and relatable communication style. As a member of Skillshare, you also get to see what others have chosen to post from their journals. I found it inspiring to go through those posts and see how others answered Yasmin's prompts. Come take her class, explore your creativity, and get 2 free months of premium membership at Skillshare.com/affirmation. That's 2 whole months of unlimited access to thousands of classes for free. Get started and join today by heading to Skillshare.com/affirmation. That's 2 free months of unlimited access to thousands of classes at Skillshare.com/affirmation. And now here's Anti-Racism Affirmations. I didn't have a choice. I didn't choose how I was born, where I was born, and the system I was raised in. And I start feeling the weight of how much privilege I have. I have felt resistant and defensive and been in denial. To own my privilege and to own the racism that comes with privilege, it sounds like I'm a bad person. I'm a good person who matured and developed in a system that was inherently racist. And in this racist society, I've been embedded with so many unconscious racist beliefs that have held the Black community down. And yeah, I'm disappointed in all the grown-ups that were so far off, that kept things going when I was a kid. I'm disappointed in myself now that I'm the grown-up. It's time to acknowledge and admit what is and what was, and resolve that it will no longer be this way. It's still okay to feel the range of emotions. I am now making the adjustments as to what I can change and do differently on my individual level and on the systemic level. For so long, I wasn't seeing what's hidden in plain sight. But now, as I listen and I learn and I understand better, it can't hide because I'm catching it. I'm seeing it. I'm finding it. I recognize unlearning is the hardest learning of all. But I am digging deep for the strength, the honesty, and the willingness to go even deeper inside myself and have the difficult conversations with myself. I know when I'm feeling uncomfortable and reactive, I'm on the right path. I'm getting to the roots that need to be uprooted. This is so much mental, emotional, and spiritual labor. I pace myself as I do this work. I recover and return for another layer of the unlearning as I do the learning. Yes, this work is tiring. And yes, this work is saving lives. Because Black lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Black queer lives matter. Black bisexual lives matter. Black questioning lives matter. Black gay lives matter. Black two-spirit lives matter. Black lesbian lives matter. Black intersex lives matter. Black asexual lives matter. Black pansexual lives matter. Black non-binary lives matter. Black androgynous lives matter. Black lives matter. All Black lives matter. So I'm owning any resistance I have to facing my implicit biases. I create my safe spaces to do the self-reflection and identify my discriminating and racist thoughts, beliefs, and choices. It's hard to be raw and vulnerable. It's hard to feel and experience intense and complicated emotions. But I'm committed to win this and eradicate racial injustice across the board. I channel my emotions into action and change. I integrate into my life the things I can do on an individual level to be anti-racist. I put in place in my life the things I can do on a systemic level to be anti-racist. I keep doing this work, and I know the time will come where I see a systemic shift, a societal change, and that monumental moment where anti-racism comes to maturity, and where we live in a time that it's abundantly clear Black lives matter. That is what I have for you today. As I mentioned in the last episode, at any time of the day, for whatever reason, if you feel the need to talk with a counselor, you can text TRIBE to 741-741 for free crisis counseling. Again, that's by texting TRIBE to 741-741. Now, I realize there is so much that I don't know, so much I need to learn. So I've set a reminder for myself for in a year to revisit this and do an episode on dismantling privilege. I may do it earlier than that, I may do it later, but at least my reminder is there. Now, when the topic of dismantling privilege comes up, if you've had thoughts like, why do I have to do this? I don't really want to do this. I don't get it. How do I do this? A longtime listener of Affirmation Pod, Sara, is sharing as honestly and vulnerably and transparently as she can on her Instagram. I say this because this is difficult work, and to get a window into someone else's process can help with capturing insight and understanding in our own processes. Her Instagram is at Sara Monika Photo. That's SaraMonikaphoto. So Sara Monika Photo. And just a reminder to learn from Yasmin Cheyenne how to write for self-discovery, 6 journaling prompts for gratitude and growth. You can get it for free with your 2 free months of premium membership at Skillshare.com/affirmation. Signing up also helps support Affirmation Pod. Again, it's at Skillshare.com/affirmation. Now go be you, know you, and love you. This is Josie with Affirmation Pod. Bye for now.